What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the weekly reset for the week of May 15th to May 21st. We're going to start off the news this week that Epic Games had their first big sale this weekend, with most games being sold at a discount with an additional $10 off of any game priced from $14.99 and above. But the sale was met with a lot of issues. Developers started pulling their games from the sale after it started. Developers Paradox Interactive and Klei Entertainment pulled their games from the sale with no comment as to why they backed out. There were also issues with multiple games being set at the wrong price for a short amount of time. The worst problem that the sale ran into, however, was that certain accounts could be blocked for buying multiple games in quick succession. Twitter user Patrick Boivin, @AngriestPat, shared a screenshot of his account being blocked from making any purchases on the store and followed up with a tweet confirming his account was flagged for fraudulent activity after making 5 consecutive purchases and then banned. The store does not have a cart feature, meaning the only way to buy multiple games would be to buy them one at a time. We also have an update to the Riot Games walkout story we covered a few weeks ago. Riot has released a statement saying that they will not be changing their arbitration policy during the current litigation. The statement says, ultimately, given the complexities of ongoing litigation, we will not change our employee agreements while in active litigation. We know not everyone agrees with this decision, but we also know everyone does want Riot to continue to improve. We remain committed to having a firm answer around extending an opt-out to all rioters when active litigation concludes. The statement also addressed many more of the issues raised by the walkout, including diversity and inclusion. They announced that they would be launching a program headed up by their chief diversity officer and will include members of the Riot team from all areas of the company to work together on identifying diversity and inclusion problems and taking steps in creating policies to fix them. In lighter news, we have Overwatch's anniversary event is back again with even more character skins, cosmetics, and game modes. The event is scheduled to run from May 21st to June 11th and is bringing back all the seasonal game modes into the arcade section of the game for the duration of this event. The Nintendo Switch has officially outsold the PS4 in Japan, despite only being on the market for 2 years. According to the latest sales figure report by Famitsu, the Nintendo Switch has sold 8,125,637 units compared to the PS4's 8,077,756 units. While both Nintendo and Sony are very big companies in Japan, these figures are especially notable given that the PS4, which launched in February 2014, has been on the market roughly 36 months longer than the Switch. The numbers give us an interesting insight into the future and evolution of video games, with most people seeming to prefer a more portable gaming experience. Nintendo gave us more information about the highly anticipated sequel to Super Mario Maker. The game will now support up to 4 players, adding in Luigi, Toad, and Toadette as playable characters. Players will be able to race each other to complete levels or work cooperatively to solve complex puzzles and defeat challenging bosses. Nintendo also announced a new perk for their online service in the form of a game voucher that will be exclusively available for purchase by members of Switch Online. The voucher will cost $99.99 and can be redeemed in the eShop for 2 full-price games for a saving of $19.99 on the purchase. In Call of Duty news, since 2012, Activision has been passing the torch for Call of Duty games each year between Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer Games. With the recent release of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 that was published by Treyarch, people have been wondering what the next Call of Duty game in 2019 will be, as it is being published by Infinity Ward. With the order continuing, Sledgehammer Games was supposed to pick up the Call of Duty game for 2020, but a recent press release has shaken things up. Instead of Sledgehammer getting the game back, it is now being passed back to Treyarch, sparking huge tensions within the community. Many people are concerned that Treyarch will be making Black Ops 5 for 2020, which has many worried after the state of Black Ops 4, which was a huge profit on first release but has slowly lost player count as time has gone by. In the news this week at Bungie, it was announced that the Destiny developers are planning on nerfing some of the game's most popular exotic items moving into the new Season of Opulence. Some of the biggest changes would be the modification of the Whisper of the Worm and Sleeper Simulant guns, with the Whisper's perk for regenerating ammo being changed to an auto reload feature and the Sleeper's ricochet shots being greatly reduced in damage. Bungie says these changes come as they strive to keep the game's endgame challenges still challenging for players, and also stated that the previewed list of nerfs would not be the full list of changes. The community, however, has been pretty against this announcement, with the top 3 spots on the Destiny subreddit being complaints about the changes, with some of these posts having over 4,000 comments. A well-known Destiny streamer, Glad, has taken to Twitter to air his frustration, stating, "These items aren't breaking the game, they are giving us fun toys to use that we love. Some nerfs can be justified, yes, but all of this?" Bungie has yet to comment on the community's complaints. To end off this week's episode, we have news that Sony and Microsoft have announced that the two companies are going to be working together to develop new technologies for cloud-based gaming. The announcement seems to come as a preemptive move ahead of the launch of Google's game streaming service, Stadia. While the two titans of the gaming industry have traditionally been rivals, one of Sony's chief executives has stated that their collaboration will contribute greatly to the advancement of interactive content. The two companies have signed a memorandum of understanding which states that they will explore joint development of future cloud solutions on Microsoft Azure to support their respective game and content streaming services. The two company CEOs both released statements about the partnership on Thursday, with Sony CEO Kenichiro Yoshida saying, "For many years Microsoft has been a key business partner for us. Though of course the two companies have also been competing in some areas, I believe that our joint development of future cloud solutions will contribute greatly to the advancement of interactive content." Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella has said, "Sony has always been a leader in both entertainment and technology, and the collaboration we announced today builds on this history of innovation. Our partnership brings the power of Azure and Azure AI to Sony to deliver new gaming and entertainment experiences for customers." That's going to be it for this episode of the Weekly Reset. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you back here next time.